Hey guys, welcome to a new episode.
Hi there.
So today we thought we'd do something similar to what we did in SA, but doing it in WA and going through our favourite places that we've stayed at so far in WA.
Yeah, we've stayed at a lot of places. We spent nearly 4 months in WA and we stayed at 46 different spots.
46, that's crazy.
Yeah, 46.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, so we stayed at a variety of places. So we can't really lump them all together. Yeah,
there were some really good places there and some pretty average places there as well. So today we're going to go through our top favourites, and we've split them into a few different categories. So we've split them into caravan parks, our top 5 caravan parks, our top 5 kind of stations, roadhouses, homesteads, because they're just so unique, a lot of these properties.
Yeah.
And then we'll do our top 3 low cost and our top 3 free camps.
We stayed at loads of caravan parks while we were in WA, definitely more than we were planning. And we always stayed in powered sites just because we enjoy having the power and the water. So in terms of our top 5, what came in at number 5, Chris?
So number 5 was Broome Caravan Park.
Yeah, Broome was a nice caravan park, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good. It was a little bit out of town, so it was probably about 15 minutes out of town, but that was fine. And I think we arrived there wanting to stay 4 nights, but the guys at reception and the staff there were just phenomenal. At Broome's busiest time, possibly they've seen in years, they extended us twice and we were able to keep the same spot, which was super fantastic. So look, it was a nice caravan park. It had a really nice pool, which was really good. But the facilities there were great. Our site was reasonably a decent size. Like, it was a little tight, but we got in there okay.
It was a little bit short.
Yeah, a little bit short.
So the back end of the caravan sort of hung over the flower bed. But... yeah,
but otherwise it was a nice little spot.
Yeah.
The loos and facilities there were always really clean and really tidy, which was really good.
Yeah.
I suppose the cons for me was it was really busy. Not really their fault, but it was a super busy time. And also, to check in, they wouldn't let you check in any earlier than 12 o'clock, I think it was. So, you know, when we got there was a massive queue of caravans out the front. So just, you know, a little frustrating, but to their credit, they checked everyone through really quickly. One of the fastest check-ins, considering we were about 10th in line.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, it's a solid caravan park. It's a really nice place.
Yeah, once we were set up, our area felt really private and it was quite shaded once we got the awning out, and it just felt really safe as well.
Yeah, really safe, because Broome can be a little unsafe in some areas, but being 15 minutes out of town, it was quiet there. It was just a nice spot, a really good base to base yourself when you want to explore Broome. And also head further north to Cape Leveque.
Yeah, definitely.
So coming in at number 4?
Yep, that was Mandalay down in Busselton.
That's right, yeah. So this is a really nice park.
Yeah, it was lovely. It
was probably the best kept, like the best maintained park that we stayed at in probably all of WA, I reckon. The grounds were just spotless, weren't they?
Yeah, they really were. Yeah. And the facilities were spotless as well.
Yeah, the facilities were modern, they were spotless. Yeah. There was a really good camp kitchen and kind of facilities there. Like, they had a pool room, a big TV, a massive pool with water slides going in. It looked awesome. And they had loads of coffee carts and food trucks there on a Friday, Saturday night. And I think the coffee cart was there most mornings we were there. I'd say, it was probably, 15 minutes from town again, I reckon, from Busselton. So really safe area and located just off the bay there. So it was really nice. You could walk to the waterfront as well. Yeah.
I suppose a couple of frustrations with it. I'm not keen on wearing wristbands.
Yeah, that was really annoying.
Yeah, so we had to wear a wristband for the duration of the stay. So that was mildly annoying. I'd rather just like have a keypad or swipe in, have security at the gate.
Yeah.
And the other thing was when we checked in, so they have guys on bikes taking you to your spot, which in itself is fine. But we got taken to a spot which was really not big enough for the caravan.
It was way too small.
And he had a few goes at trying to get the caravan in, and
and he gave up.
He gave up, and found us a different spot.
But yeah, a stunning campground.
Yeah, and they also had a stay 3 nights, pay 2 deal on as well. So it's always worth seeing what deals you can get when you're booking.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was a bonus as well. So that cost us $41 per night for Mandalay, and that included that pay 2 stay 3 discount. But yeah, Mandalay Resort comes in at number 4.
Coming in at number 3 was Yardie Homestead Caravan Park.
Yeah, so Yardie Homestead, that was a really good spot, just outside of Exmouth and right by Cape Range National Park. And the reason why it comes third for us is purely based on the location. You can't possibly get a better location than this place.
Yeah.
Some of Australia's best snorkeling is literally 10 minutes down the road in the national park, and has some amazing gorges around there, amazing coastline as well. It's just, Yardie Creek is a great spot to base yourself, to explore Cape Range National Park and also check out Exmouth.
Yeah, especially if you've got a pet and you can't stay in the national park.
Yeah.
It's an easy way to do that.
But the caravan park itself, like, the sites were really big. It's quite a spacious park, which is really good.
Yeah.
It's a little dusty, but, you know, it's not too bad.
It's nice. It doesn't feel like a traditional caravan park. It's almost got that unique stay about it. It's
got everything you need. Like, they've got fuel there. They've got a shop, they've got a pool, they've got a little restaurant there.
Yeah.
You know, the loos, although they weren't the best, they were ensuite style, which is always a bonus in our books. So that was, you know, they were a bit run down, but, you know, it was okay.
I think as well, there were so many people there when we were there that the toilets were just getting dirty quickly.
Yeah.
So, I think that's just the nature of it being so busy as well.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, all in all, it's a fabulous spot to base yourselves, to check out that part of the world, and you know, the campground was cool. The caravan park was really cool. It was it had a cool vibe. It was really spacious. Everyone was chilled.
There's a walk that goes from the caravan park over to the beach as well.
Yeah, some of the amazing coastlines just opposite the caravan park, which is amazing.
We did also have a little bit of a check-in challenge there as well, though. So the site we got put in was right at the end of the row, and the electricity box wasn't next to our caravan. It was actually beyond the caravan after hours.
Yeah, that was probably the big con for us, wasn't it? We had to hire, for a $50 deposit, we had to hire extra long leads and things because we couldn't get anywhere near the electricity box.
Yeah, it was just a bit of a rigmarole, and so I had to go back to reception, which is quite a distance away because it's a big caravan park, and put down a $50 deposit, got given an extension lead, got back to the caravan to check and see that we'd been given a 10 amp extension lead, not a 15 amp.
Yeah.
So then had to go back
and
swap
it
again. The receptionist wasn't entirely clear about the difference between 10 amp and 15 amp.
Yeah, but apart from that, there was a bit of a challenge getting our facilities connected.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely love staying there. And again, like I said, one of the best located caravan parks you can ask for.
Yeah,
so.
We absolutely loved the beach snorkeling.
Yeah,
the fact that you can walk straight off the beach and straight into coral.
Yeah, exactly. So Yardie Creek came in at $40 a night, which I think is really reasonable for what it was as well. So overall, really good spot. All right, and on to our second favourite caravan spot in WA. So this one's a little bit controversial, and a lot of people won't like that we've put it here, and some people won't like that we've even put it in the top 5. But, you know, from our experience, we really, really enjoyed staying there, and we actually extended it as well.
Yeah.
So number 2 is Monkey Mia in Shark Bay. There, I said it. Don't hate us.
Yeah, there have been a lot of Facebook conversations about this place.
Look, it was an amazing resort style place, and it really felt like we were on holiday. And we got there, and our site was massive. It was just huge. We could easily park the caravan, the awning, and the car all in a row. There was plenty of space there.
It was level.
It was nice and level. The facilities there were some of the best facilities. They were always clean. They were modern. The loos were in perfect condition all the time.
We were really close to them as well,
Yeah.
which is always a bonus.
The camp kitchen was probably the best camp kitchen we've ever seen. There's a lot of grassy areas with barbecues. You could have a picnic there. It was right on an amazing beach as well.
And up at the end was a dog-friendly beach.
Yeah, there's a dog-friendly beach there, and you could hire water sport things. You could hire kayaks and little rowboats and all sorts of things you could hire, which was pretty cool. Stand-up paddleboard. The bar was really cool. We were there happy hour every night. That was a really cool vibe. And we used to watch the sunsets there. Amazing sunsets out in Monkey Maya.
And in the corner of the bar, they had a film on for kids. So the kids would go off and watch, I think it was BFG one of the nights we were there. And the grown-ups could have a drink. And
and the pools were nice. The pools are really good. There was another restaurant at the other end, which was really good. We had breakfast there.
Yeah, we had a really nice breakfast.
And then... obviously, also Monkey Maya, what it's famous for is the dolphin experience, which is amazing. Like, there's a lot of wildlife around there. There's turtles swimming around the pier, and there's dolphins there that come and go all day. I was lucky enough to be picked out to feed a dolphin, so that was a really good experience that I'll never forget. But there are definitely some cons to Monkey Maya. To even get in there, even if you do a day trip, you have to pay a park fee, which was $15 a day or $25 for the week, I think, per person.
Something like that.
Now, if you're just coming for the day and want to do the dolphin experience, that is a lot of money to pay. You know, per person, like a family, that adds up really quickly. And you know, that on top of the already very expensive price of Monkey Maya, which was, how much was it? 67?
So, I think we paid 67, 68, and that was including the discount. That being said, we were there in school holidays, so it was more expensive anyway. Yeah,
they do have a bit of dynamic pricing over school holidays, so we did pay a premium. So usually it's not that expensive, but it's, you know, that being said, it's probably one of our most expensive caravan parks we've stayed at in the whole trip so far. And, you know, when you're staying a few days, that park fee of $15, it's not too bad. But if you're going in there for one day, it's quite a lot of money. And what put me off as well a little bit of the dolphin experience is that, like, we went down there at 7 in the morning to do the first one, and there had to be 200-300 people there.
Yeah, so first, what we sort of found was the first dolphin feeding of the day was always the busiest.
Yes, always the busiest, and probably the least reliable as well.
Yeah.
Like, they never turned up in the morning. But, you know, that being said, it was the overall experience for us. We did still love Monkey Maya. Just it felt like a holiday. It was a really chilled place. It was loads of wildlife, which we absolutely love the wildlife. Yeah, Monkey Maya, don't hate us, but Monkey Maya number 2.
Yeah. Right, the big one, which was our favourite caravan park.
Number 1 in WA.
In WA,
It was
Lake Argyle Caravan Park.
Yeah, Lake Argyle Caravan Park. What an amazing spot.
Yeah, a really nice balance of a great caravan park in a fantastic location.
Yeah, Lake Argyle itself is stunning, and the caravan park there is just such a nice place to be. So the sites were really big. We easily had enough room for the caravan, the awning, and we had a couple of friends stay in a tent as well, and there was plenty of space on our site.
Yeah.
All the sites were really shady as well, which was great. And the facilities there, like the loos, they were all ensuite style, which it is fantastic. Just the park itself was just so green and kept well, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and then I suppose we can't talk about Lake Argyle Caravan Park without talking about its most famous feature.
That's right.
The infinity pool.
Yeah, wow.
Possibly the most photographed pool in Australia,
it's got to be. Yeah. Best infinity pool you can find.
With the backdrop of Lake Argyle, really beautiful.
And it's a busy pool as well. It was always pretty busy, but you know, for good reason. It was just a sensational view from that pool.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. But that wasn't the only good thing over there. There was also the bar, cafe.
Yeah, it had a really nice cafe and bar with a happy hour there as well, which is always great. Some entertainment there. They had live entertainment most nights, which was good.
Yeah, they had the footy on one night on a big screen.
They put the footy on, which was good. and they had a nice little shop there as well, and
yeah,
and just overall it was, you know, really close by Lake Argyle, so you could actually take a sunset boat out there, or we did a barbecue pontoon, which was great. But it was just, there was just so much to do. You could do helicopter rides from the caravan park as well.
So again, this was another place where we extended our stay.
Yeah, I think we were going to do...
There's a bit of a common theme in our top 5.
Oh, yeah, there is. I think we were going to do 4 nights, and we ended up doing 7.
Yeah,
so.
And we almost extended again.
Oh, yeah. It was just such a lovely place, such a nice place to relax. There were, you know, it wasn't all perfect, though, and we were a bit worried when we first turned up. Because their booking system is all over the shop. You don't actually... You can just rock up if you're a caravan. You don't have to have a booking, and generally they'll fit you in pretty well. But
yeah, because we were at that point we'd planned so far ahead. We'd actually heard that Lake Argyle was difficult to book, so I think we booked it a good few months in advance.
Yeah.
But once you get nearest the time, you can't actually book.
Yeah, they only take a certain amount of bookings, and then they stop that, and it's just a first come first serve basis.
Yeah.
But I suppose the confusing thing is, like, you rock up to the caravan park. Hannah, as she does in every single caravan park, goes to reception, but you're not supposed to do that there. You're supposed to go to the parking attendants first, who then will send you to reception, and then you're going to come out, talk to the parking attendants again, and then they'll take you to your spot. And just that whole process was confusing for everyone involved, and no one knew what was going on. And I personally found the parking attendants to be really, really rude as well, and not what you need after a 3 or 4 hour drive for someone to start kind of...
It was a bit smart remark.
Yeah, talking back at you and just being smart ass to you. It really was pretty poor. After that, the entire experience was just sensational. And that's why it got to #1 for us.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a beautiful spot. If you ever get the chance, go to Lake Argyle. It is stunning.
Yeah.
So now we move on to homesteads, roadhouses, stations, that kind of thing. These unique type stays, which we did quite a few in WA. There's quite a few around. So let's start with #5.
Yeah, #5 was Oakabella Homestead. So that's just north of Geraldton.
Yeah, so a lovely little spot. It was pretty much just a big green field, and you just kind of turn up. It's all unpowered. Pick your own spot, and you go from there, really. Yeah,
they had a stay 3 nights, pay 2 deal, so we stayed 3.
Yep.
So then it worked out to be around $17 a night.
Yeah, $17 a night, which is great. Good price. I had a nice little tea rooms there as well, which had really good scones. Yeah. Have to try the scones if you're over there. And it was just a nice little spot. It's just a shame the weather was a bit rubbish while we were there. It was pretty wet and rainy and miserable.
Yeah, we had a torrential moment, didn't we, while we were there.
Apart from that, it's a lovely little homestead. The loos were okay. They're nothing special, but they did the job.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot of history there. Like, it's a very, very old homestead.
And they're not too strict about the whole dogs on leash thing, assuming your dog is well behaved, because one of the days the kids in the nearby caravans wanted to play with Archie, and so he went out and they were off playing with the ball, and
totally tired him out.
They had a great time.
And there was a little lamb there as well, which Archie was kind of a bit scared of. He's usually scared of baby animals. But yeah, there were, I think the main issue for me about Oakabella was probably the distance from Geraldton. It was probably a good half an hour, 40 minutes, maybe close to half an hour from Geraldton. So it was a bit of a drive to get there. But being in the middle of nowhere, it made it kind of special, didn't it? It was, the stars were amazing there, and it was just nice and peaceful there. So Oakabella Homestead and tea rooms gets our #5. So at #4,
that was Duralia Station Stay, which is, how do we describe where that is? It's kind of inland from Exmouth a bit, on the way to going to Carragini.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little station stay, Duralia. We weren't initially going to stay there. We just kind of needed somewhere to stay for a couple of nights. And we picked Duralia, and it did not disappoint, did it?
No, we had a great time there.
It was unpowered, so I don't think they do any powered there, so we just got an unpowered site. But yeah, it's just really, really rustic and had a really awesome station feel to it.
Yeah, you definitely, I mean, at $30 a night, you're definitely sort of paying for the surrounds and the atmosphere there.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, the atmosphere was great there.
Yeah.
You know, they had amazing showers. Like, it was an old shearing shed that they've converted into a bathrooms, and the showers were literally kind
topless.
of topless. One side of the wall was completely, you know, open to the fields, except for about waist height. And it was having a shower in there was different. But those are the quirky things that you get on these station stays that you just don't get anywhere else, and we loved it.
It was great. And it still had the facilities. It still had the laundry. It had a bit of a lounge cinema room. It's
a good little camp kitchen as well was there.
That was good. And then nightly campfires where you got to meet the other campers.
I think the cons for me for Geralia was it's kind of in the middle of nowhere, so you don't really go there planning to do anything but just hang around the homestead. There's not a lot there. I mean, you can drive to Exmouth, but it's probably a good hour and a half or so to get there. And there's no phone reception, very limited phone reception as well. Which, look, it's not always a bad thing. It's just something you've got to keep in mind, I guess, when you're out on these stations. It's pretty common. But apart from that, Geralia was such a pleasant surprise, and we absolutely loved it. So that got our number 4.
On to number 3. So for us, that was Wormel River Retreat. Yeah,
so Wormel River Retreat is not far from Carnarvon in WA, and this little spot was an amazing little river retreat. And so we just turned up, picked a really good spot, and just enjoyed a really, really peaceful stay.
Yeah, the spot was huge.
Yeah.
You could have fitted 3 of our caravans
on that spot. Yeah, they're all different size spots, but some of them were just enormous, weren't they? But that's great. And it was just a really nice station, and they're famous for their artesian baths as well. So there's 4 artesian baths, and we took a couple of dips in there. One at sunrise, which was amazing, and went in there a couple of times, and it's just so peaceful, nice and warm, and it was amazing. But still, it's just a sensational spot by a dry river as well. Loads of walks around. We had some of the best sunsets we've seen so far there. The sky was just incredible.
Yeah, probably great little fire pits.
Yeah, probably some of the best stars as well, I reckon, in Warrnambool. Yeah, great little fire pit. We had a fire both nights we were there.
And we did a couple of the walks. So we did the walk along the dry river.
Yep.
We also walked across to the airstrip and across to the junkyard or the
that was interesting.
Outdoor museum.
Yeah, the museum.
Just to see some of the old cars and vehicles and things.
Yeah, it's just an interesting station, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So how much was it? It was $30 a night, this one. So pretty good for the price as well. It was totally unpowered as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a lovely little spot.
I forgot to mention, a couple of nights a week as well, they do dinners, don't they?
Yeah, they did a dinner night when we were there, but
you have to book in advance.
Yeah, you have to book in advance, and we didn't. I suppose the cons for me were that there weren't that many showers or toilets there. Like, it was pretty reasonably busy, and there were literally not enough facilities for everyone to use.
Yeah, so in our area there were 2 toilets and 2 showers, which there were more than
sometimes there were queues out the front of them.
Most times there were queues.
Yeah, and it was all very, very dusty and not muddy, but we do have friends that stayed there after it had been raining, and it was just so horribly muddy, they said. So I think when we got there it was perfect, but when the weather's not great, I wouldn't really want to be staying there in the mud. But apart from that, you can't go wrong. $30 a night, peaceful, beautiful camping. It's just that's why it got our number 3 spot. All right, getting down to the business end now. So number 2 homestead, Roadhouse station we stayed at. This was more of a campground, this one.
It's a farm.
It was a farm.
A working farm.
So it's called Big Valley Campsite, and it's in Margaret River.
A close second.
Yeah, close second. And it is a working farm and just an incredibly cool place to stay.
Yeah, yeah, it was really good.
Mm.
Yeah, a bit, a bit more on the pricey end at $38.
Yeah, for this category,
but,
definitely.
But that was a powered site.
Yeah.
In contrast to the others, which were unpowered.
All unpowered, yeah. We got power and water, and yeah, working farm. So there's just farm animals roaming around. There's chickens. Yeah. We woke up with chickens on our mat outside. Yeah. There's loads of lambs everywhere. It was lambing season while we were there.
Guinea pigs everywhere.
And guinea pigs. So it was a working farm, and yeah, it was just awesome to kind of see all these animals roaming around. Yeah. It was just a really...
It was really funny seeing Archie's interactions. Like, we'd come out in the morning and he was totally disinterested. Yeah. The chickens would literally be a couple of metres away from him.
Yeah, he didn't quite get... He loves chicken, but he didn't quite get that connection.
Yeah, I don't think he links the animal and the meat.
And the facilities there, they were okay. They were a little rustic, but... Do you know what? It's on a working farm. You can't really expect too much, but they were fine for what they are.
Yeah, they were.
The camp kitchen was really nice as well.
And then because it was lambing season, you could go feed the lambs 4 times a day. I think they were going out.
So we helped out with that because they had quite a few orphaned lambs at the moment. They had about 8 or 9, I think. So, So, it was a bit overwhelming for some of the staff. So, they welcomed everyone to help them out as much as possible, which we tried to do because it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
And the setup of the caravan was great. So when we got there, instead of having to sort of go perpendicular to the view, they said, oh, no, just park lengthways along. There's loads of room. So that meant once we put our awning out, when the chair's out, we had this beautiful view of just the countryside and a field.
Yeah, it was just a stunning spot. Yeah. And it's about 10 to 15 minutes outside of Margaret River. Yeah. Which is, it felt a little isolated, the farm, but, that's what you get on a farm. So, yeah, they were just really, really welcoming and had everything we needed, and it was just so peaceful there. And yeah, I absolutely loved Big Valley Campsite.
Yeah, it was great. Our number 1 unique stay was Ballara Station Stay.
Of course.
So this is just down the road from Duralia, actually. So again, heading from Exmouth and then coming inland slightly, not quite as far as Duralia, but inland as if you're heading towards Carragini.
It was a stunning, stunning spot. The vibe there was just incredible, wasn't it? Yeah. Like, the evenings there were amazing. They always had loads of entertainment. We were there for burger night, where they did like massive amounts of burgers over an open fire, and it was just awesome, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The evenings were just fantastic.
Yeah, they've definitely sort of taken the station stay and gone one step further. So in terms of evening entertainment, so yeah, the burger night, live music, they had the damper night, a lovely cafe.
Yeah, really good cafe with some of the best scones I've ever eaten. I think we went every morning. And the sites they're all unpowered at Ballara, but the sites were massive. Yeah. So the caravan, car, awning, so much space. Yeah. And the facilities there, the toilets were great as well. They were very rustic.
But clean.
But clean. Around the station, there were different kind of shower setups. So they had the outdoor donkey shower, which they're kind of famous for. And that was just so cool, having a shower outside. Using fire to heat the water, and they had a few different types of those around the station, and it was just so unique, like nothing you can imagine, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's the kind of place where you look across the field and there's a goat standing on a troopy in the field. Like, it's just so random. There was
a goat standing on a troopy.
It's so random.
Next to an emu.
Yeah, right next to an emu. If you're on the road and in that area, you have to stay at Ballara. Yeah. You just have to. You just got to do it. It's just such an experience.
Yeah, definitely worthy of the number 1 spot.
And it was $30 a night. So $30 a night, unpowered, totally worth every dollar for what you get there. It was just a really great place. So next we'll move on to our low-cost campgrounds. So we'll only go through 3 of these because we didn't stay at as many of these as we would have liked. We headed mostly for the homesteads and caravan parks, so we'll go through our top 3 low-cost spots in WA. So Hannah, what's number 3?
Yep, so all of our low-cost spots are really beachside spots, aren't they?
That's right, yeah.
So our number 3 is the Milligan Island camping nodes.
Yeah, so this was one of those ones where we kind of needed somewhere to stay. We weren't really sure where we were going to go. So we found this on WikiCamps, rocked up in the afternoon, and it was just a really, really nice place, wasn't it?
$15 a night, unpowered.
Yeah.
You just put the money in an envelope and it goes in a letterbox.
You're all situated in these little round nodes, which are surrounded by a little bit of fencing. And you just kind of pick your spot when you get there.
They were big spaces
massive,
as well.
Massive spaces. Literally 3 minutes walk from a beautiful beach. And just a little further out from the beach, you can see these rock formations, and there's a nature's window as well, and that just makes an incredible spot to watch the sunset.
The individual nodes felt so private, because they had sort of scrub between each of them. And that was really nice. There were facilities there, so there was some toilets.
Yeah, they were pretty basic, as you would expect, but they were fine.
I think there was some sort of shaded areas for
a little barbecue area as well. Yeah, lovely little spot. So coming in second on our low-cost campgrounds was Sandy Cape Recreation.
Yeah, a great little spot, just back from an incredible beach.
Yeah, the beach. So Sandy Cape is just outside Jurien Bay, if you don't know. And it was, a sensational beach, beautiful beach and a cape.
So this one was $20 a night for unpowered.
And you just turn up, a little bit corrugated to get in, but not too bad. The sites were reasonably big. Most of them were protected from the sand dunes, although it did still get a little windy there.
Yeah, and then for that kind of sort of low-cost beach camp, it was great. There were facilities there, there were toilets. And then Sandy Cape, the actual cape.
Yeah, the cape is mind-blowing. So what you do is you walk out to the beach, and it's probably about a 15-minute walk through the sand dunes to get up to a viewing platform on Sandy Cape, and the sunsets there were just incredible. Just sensational. Such an amazing spot. And for $20 as well, you cannot go wrong for $20.
Yeah. And our number 1 low-cost camp was 14 Mile Beach. So that's kind of at the bottom end of the Ningaloo Reef.
Yeah, it's on Warra Station, so it's quite a big station, and 14 Mile Beach. It was the road in was just dreadful to get there, and we were just wondering.
Let's start with the con.
What on earth we were doing driving on this road there, but wow, this is one of the only spots so far that we've been able to get the caravan on the beach, literally park on the beach, the whitest sand, the bluest water. It was just an absolutely incredible spot to stay.
Yeah, it really was. And it was a good sized spot as well.
So you had to be fully self-sufficient when you're there as well.
The other big downside to this is it's so difficult to get a spot. So this is part of, and this applies to a lot of low-cost camps across WA. So I think it's $8 per person, but what you can do is, what people are doing are just booking, and because if you cancel there's no refund, people are just booking on the off chance they might want to go and then not cancelling. So it's in a lot of low cost camps, both there, Carragini was the same. People are you find out that everywhere's booked out, but you turn up and it's only a third full. Yeah,
exactly, and that was the case. So we could only get one night on the beach, which was 14 Mile, and then we spent another night on the ridge, which wasn't as good. But we couldn't get 2 nights on the beach, even though there were sites available. And it's just because exactly that, people book it, and if they don't turn up, well, they're not losing much money, and it's not really too much of an inconvenience. So very frustrating booking system.
Especially at the moment, when you look at how many people are travelling at the moment, there's such demand for these kind of spots that it just seems really sad that they're not being enjoyed.
Yeah, that's right. But and the sunsets there as well was some of the best sunsets we've had again on the trip.
Yeah.
The sun setting over the water as well. It was just, yeah, just a phenomenal spot.
Yeah.
And that's why it gets our #1 low cost. And finally, we're on to our best free camps in WA. And unfortunately in WA, we didn't get to spend nearly enough nights in free camps that we wanted to when we were planning it. In fact, a lot of the free camps now charge because of COVID and things to track people's whereabouts. So we stayed at a lot fewer free camps than we wanted to, unfortunately. But so some of these are pretty random on the list, but we thought we'd include them anyway. So let's start with number 3.
Okay. So number 3 was Stanley Rest Area. So this is a rest area that is on the way up from Port Hedland going up to Broome, because that's a big drive to do in one go. So
yeah, so it's like, it is what it is for your rest area, I guess. It was a really big rest area. It was really big. We arrived at night, but there was plenty of space available for everyone. They had toilets there as well, which was great. Loads of shaded barbecue areas.
Yeah, set really quite far back off. So you drove up a road off the main road, so really nice and quiet.
Yeah, it was quiet.
And set out in a really nice way. So you kind of drove up the road, and then it was in a square, so you could sort of drive round the square and find a spot.
Or park in it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there was just so much space between, like you weren't on top of each other at all. And it was just an easy, really comfortable spot, safe area, wasn't it?
Yeah, flat space.
Yeah.
Yeah, barbecue areas, toilets, everything you really need for an overnighter.
Yeah, exactly. You couldn't complain at all. So we had a lovely stop there, and yeah, we'd go back there on the way to Broome.
Our second favourite free camp in WA was Hopetown RV area. So it was a bit of an interesting spot, was this. It was kind of a grassy area on the side of the road. So Hopetown is on the south coast, so just west of Esperance.
Yeah, near Fitzgerald River National Park. Yeah, it was a lovely little spot, though it was very, very small, so you have to get there early if you want a spot.
Yeah,
especially
it's basically parking along the side of a really quiet road on the grass.
And with a large caravan and car length as we have, you know, you couldn't fit many of those setups in there, maybe 4 or 5 at the most. So it was a very, very small area. But yeah, really quiet spot, right close to town, right next to the water as well.
Yes, so close to the beach. So while Chris was off adventuring in the national park, Archie and I just walked sort of across the scrub, and literally we're talking about 30 metres away from the beach. Just, you know, really well thought out. It's a little self-contained spot.
Yeah, well done, Hopetown, because that was a really, really valuable spot for us to check out the national park and do an overnighter. So yeah, that's why it makes it to number 2 for us. And finally, our number 1 spot in WA, our number 1 free camp in WA, is Port Hedland. It was a 72-hour rest area, but yeah, we weren't actually going to go there at all. We were going to miss Port Hedland, but then we found this spot and decided to go check it out, and it was lovely, wasn't it? Yeah,
it was great. It was really level, a big area. There were quite a lot of caravans there,
It was such a massive space, though. There were a lot of caravans, but there was so much space. Like, there's caretakers there as well that come over and have a chat to you when you arrive.
Just check that you're fully self-contained.
Yeah, check, because you have to be fully self-contained. And yeah, it was just a lovely spot to explore Port Hedland from, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really close to town. It was right next to a little football field. Yeah. So Archie
a little dog obstacle course there as well.
Yeah, there was a dog training area. Yeah, Archie really enjoyed it there. We had a good walk around and a play on some of the obstacles.
Yeah, apart from the caravan itself, there's a lot of green area around. Like there's a football field, soccer fields. The caravan rest area itself is really dusty. Definitely worth staying there if you want somewhere in Port Hedland to stay. So those are our favourite places in WA that we've been to. Obviously these are all our opinions and based on all of our experiences so far, so you guys may have a different opinion, which is fine, and there's some amazing spots out there that we really wanted to go to, which we just couldn't make them work this time around, but we've definitely got them on the list for next time. So yeah, that wraps up our top stays to stay in WA. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions or have any recommendations on where you think we should stay sometime in the future, put them in the comments below and we'll put them on our list. But other than that, thank you very much for watching.
Yes, thanks.
Please remember to subscribe, leave us a like, and yeah, add a comment below, and we'll see you next time.
Take care.
See ya.